Well, Lizzie, what's going on is, hang on, I got to work with Jake, my pilot. I think we're moving away from it. They gave it up. They gave it up. They just stopped. All right. Do you have it out the window, Jake? Okay. All right. Well, Pat, we're actually going to be in the Norwalk area. That car that you see right there, I'm going to work with my pilot, Jake, this evening. We're there's no pursuit right now. That's the problem, and my pilot having a little difficulty finding this on the ground. That red Mustang you see right there in the center of the screen now, that car was in pursuit, extremely high speeds on the 5 freeway for quite some time. A narcotic suspect, an armed narcotic suspect, undercover units from the LAPD were chasing this car for quite some time on the freeway, but because of the high speeds, the dangerousness of that vehicle, and the fact that they didn't have any backup, they basically, and no airship for that matter as well, they basically let this thing go. Right now, though, we're still got eyes on it. I'm not sure if any law enforcement is watching this right now. We'll get some locations here shortly, but that vehicle now driving, let's just say relatively normal, but we do know that's a narcotic suspect inside that car that is armed. Earlier on, they were in high-speed pursuit on the 5 freeway. Pat, I'm sorry, I did not hear that question. Up, he's out running. Yeah, somebody, the passenger just got out and ran. Now this is going to be a tough one. Do we follow that guy or do we follow the car? But right now I can tell you that no law enforcement is in the area. That Mustang now making a U-turn. So the driver's usually the one that they want. So that's going to be a tough call right there. The car's still continuing on after making that U-turn. I'm not sure if he has any idea that there's anybody watching him right now. Again, I got to work on these streets. Sorry about that. But no law enforcement behind it. And as I understand it, there may be a helicopter, law enforcement helicopter getting up overhead here in just a moment. And if that happens, this might turn into a pursuit again. Hang on. Sheriffs. It definitely is. Yes, I am, and I'm sorry about all that. Now I actually can hear you loud and clear too, Pat. Now that's going to be the Sheriff's Department. They are overhead, and they do have the lights on it, and they are going to track it at least right now. The Sheriff's Department, they have a little bit of a different policy on how they handle these pursuits, so we're going to kind of watch and see. But right now, they definitely want to bring this thing to an end. They want this car to pull over. We did see that person get out earlier on. That's going to be one of those weird points because we're not sure. Was the passenger the person that they wanted, or was the driver? Well, the driver's the one that's committing most of the crimes right now, so they're definitely going to want to pull this person over. That light you're seeing right there, that's going to be from the sheriff's helicopter. I can tell you we're going to start. I was hoping we were going to get back onto the freeway. Running a red light right there, close call for that person just getting off the freeway. Now, this Mustang, I'm not sure what kind it is, but I can tell you it's very fast. I can tell you it's a very fast Mustang, that is for sure. Earlier on the freeway, this thing was moving so quickly, we're having a little trouble in Sky 2 just trying to catch up. Right now, though, we've been just kind of making big circles out here, major streets out here in the Norwalk area. As soon as we get one of those street names, I'm going to holler it out. I can guarantee that. that to you, but you can see this vehicle now using center lanes, getting a little bit more aggressive in its driving. Sheriff's Department, they're overhead. They're going to be going into tracking mode here shortly, but that doesn't mean that the ground units might not rejoin this chase. None whatsoever, and I believe that we're on Rosecrans. That's going to be the street. Finally, I'm getting some names for you. Sorry about all that. Norwalk area, extremely high speeds, and you can see this vehicle trying to basically get away, but the only person he's trying to get away from are the lights of that helicopter above. Right now, though, no ground units are on it, but this vehicle's now starting to drive a little bit slower. He might be in an area that he knows. He kind of drove to the Norwalk area, dropped that person off. We saw him walking around there. He actually just got out and started using a pedestrian walk. But right now, it's a residential area. These speeds a little too high for that type of situation. Don't know if he's going to want to leave that car. If it's his, that's going to be a tough one too. And then they'll know who he is. Right now, lights above, that's going to be the Sheriff's Department. This pursuit continues out here in the Norwalk area. Yep, making another. Yeah, go ahead, Pat. That's exactly what you heard. It was an armed narcotics suspect. That's what they were talking about earlier on. Making a turn now onto Bellflower, center lane. That helicopter's keeping the lights on it. They're trying to get other units on the ground in position, but this vehicle keeps moving, and pretty sure soon we're going to start seeing some ground coverage down here, and hopefully, I'm not sure. This guy doesn't seem like he's going to pull over. What his plan is right now, except for running red lights and putting other people in danger, like another one right there. That's the only thing he's been doing this entire time. That Mustang, very, very quick. Right now, though, he's actually kind of being tame with it. On the freeway, he was going over 100 miles an hour for some time and weaving in and out of traffic. The one unit that was behind it, an undercover, cutting that guy off, that undercover car couldn't even keep up. Now that he's on surface streets, things are a little different, but all those red lights, you just got to worry if he just keeps running them. High speeds or not, if he gets into an accident, it could be pretty dangerous. It could be pretty bad just in general. I don't right now. We're on, the last thing that I saw, we're northbound on Bellflower. We're just getting north of the 105 freeway. So we're probably getting into the Downey area right now. If he stays on this road, they would kind of slow down for that intersection right there. I can try to get you some cross streets, but I know we're northbound on Bellflower right now. That's right. He started out on the streets in the East LA area, or close to the East LA area, went through East LA, got on the 710 to the 5 south to where he got off. We've been staying on Bellflower, and I believe we've just made that transition. We may be on Firestone right now. Again, I've just got to catch up here. But we may be on Firestone as we're continuing north-ish. This vehicle moving just at high speeds. The sheriff's ship above, they're keeping an eye on it. They're talking to the ground units, but nobody's behind it yet. So officially, it's just kind of a tracking situation. I am not hearing anything at all about that person that he dropped off right now. That their concern is that driver. That's the thing. In the beginning, we don't know. That the passenger might have been the person that they wanted. Right now, though, that Mustang continuing to drive and went through a big parking lot right there in one of those old McDonald's. So I would say we're in the Downey area right now. We'll get some streets here once again on Lakewood. He hasn't covered this street, I can tell you that. He's just kind of working his way directly underneath us right now. This vehicle just continues just to move. It was on a street called Pacific, and now he's back into a residential neighborhood right there. Does seem like the lights are going off, maybe an alleyway. Westbound 7th Street is the last words, and now we're in the city of Downey. This looks like an alleyway, so sometimes when we see that, this looks like we're going to come, it may be coming to an end. In this case, this guy's going to keep on going. This is one of those ones, the vehicle probably not stolen. The reason I bring that up is because that registration is going to come back to the driver. So all this maneuvering, all this driving around, all these chances he's taking, eventually this is probably a known suspect. So the sheriff's department, they understand that as well. So they're going to keep that light on him, but they're going to try not to put the public at risk. Right now, though, it does seem like he's in a neighborhood where he's just making odd decisions. That U-turn that he made right there in that intersection, he might not know where he's going. We'll get you some streets here again. Here we go, another car right there. But we're definitely back into the Downey area, eastbound on 5th Street out here in the Downey area. It is. He's just picking roads. He's making these moves. It looks like it's coming to a stop right there. Another door popping open. More people inside there, but take a look who's behind him. That's going to be the undercovers from earlier on. Right away. It's amazing how quick they stop when they have law enforcement right there in their face. They're out of that car, out of their safe zone, then law enforcement, and they are on the ground so quick. Now that's an undercover unit, probably going to be one of the LAPD units it is one of the LAPD units from earlier on. This is coming to an end here in Downey. Thank goodness nobody was hurt in an alleyway out here, but not sure why he picked this spot to stop. Maybe he didn't see maybe because there were no lights and sirens on that and that undercover, he might not have thought that this was a law enforcement, but right now, I can tell you it is. They have two officers with their guns on them. These people are on the ground, but not yet in custody. Oh, gosh, Facebookers, man, what a goat rodeo that was. Oh, and just letting you guys know that the issue was right there was frequencies. I wasn't able to find where they were. A lot of times, today we got Jake at the tiller. Awesome pilot. This guy's news pilot from way back when. He's moved up the ladder, and so he's just joining us this evening. Awesome guy. It was not him. It was me. And, it's one of those things. We get kind of squeezed up. We got to do the live television. I can't work with Jake as well as I wanted to. But all in all, you know what? I think we had it in our shot the entire time. That Mustang, though, whoo, what a car. That thing was moving out on the 5 freeway earlier on. I don't know when you guys were joining us, but that thing was moving as you couldn't believe it. That was one of our buddies right there flying through our shot. Don't want to give him a shout out, but, anyways, in the end, though, we got our ducks in a row. It was a little rusty there in the beginning. But you know what? I don't know where the driver went. I'm thinking he's laying down right there, maybe by the wall. You can see these guys. They got their guns pointed off in that direction. I can't see that guy getting anywhere. What happened to the guy that walked away? I don't know. If you guys have any information, you can go ahead and tweet it out. Maybe we can get with you guys on that. You know what? Now's a good time to give a shout out to my good friends at the LA Police Chase Group. This was the police. This wasn't the sheriff's department. This wasn't the California Highway Patrol, but LA Police Chase Group on the Facebooks. You can go ahead and hit him up or her up or them up. I'm sorry. If you guys are into that kind of thing, of course. Stu_Mundell. That's me on Twitter. CBSLA #CBSLA for all your internet needs. What's going on? We're in Downey at 6 in City of Downey. Thanks, Jake. We can, you know what, let's do like a little bit of an orbit just to see if we can see a better shot of them. They're up against the wall right there. Also, time to, as they're taking these guys into custody, we're just kind of move around right now, see if we can get shots of them. What's going on? Another time to go ahead and, yep, that's it. Thank you, Gina. Thank you for putting that up there for me, because sometimes I say it wrong. We got a podcast. Yeah, we do. We got a podcast. And it's not about police chases. Occasionally we talk about police chases, but it's called In the Air with Stu Mundell. Who's that guy? That's me, actually. Where did it start? It started in the Hollenbeck area. I can say that to you guys here because somebody would say if I did that on the air, they'd be like, Hollenbeck, what does that mean? Hollenbeck is the LAPD area that borders east of Los Angeles. It started in the Hollenbeck area and basically got on Cesar Chavez, worked its way into the East LA area, and then went from there. Sorry about that. Hope everybody's got their Dramamine. It's all good, Jake. Don't worry about it. Let me see if we can get him up. Oh, gosh. Okay. They're taking him into custody right now. Kind of wanted that shot. It's all right, man. Just keep coming back around. It's okay. Just kind of get ready to do a fast stop when we get that peek around the corner, because I'm sure we're going to see him off to the side. All right, just kind of park it somewhere right in here. I guess it's going to be the best spot. Right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. We're going to have to back up, back up, back up, back up. That's one in custody. The driver's over there, still underneath the in the car park. They're probably going to take him into custody. We'll see him coming out here in a minute. Yeah, when I do the digital double like that, it's I know we lose half the resolution and it gets a little grainy. I'll bring it back here in just a minute. Some folks have been talking about why we have grainier pictures on the internet. I can tell you, if we still do, it's going to be taken care of here shortly. We got some new equipment coming. Anyways, thank you, Julie. Gilbert, I don't know what that has to do with any of this going on, but I guess. Jasmine is talking about the Hollenbeck division, I guess. What happened to the guy? I don't know. I was asking you guys. I was hoping one of you guys knew. There were 3 people in the car. 2 people are in custody. 1 got out and walked. Yes, the driver definitely. They took him into custody. He's underneath the car.